Hi, welcome to the Dreaming Drum. I'm Bobi Suter, and today I'm going to discuss different things to consider as you try to decide which kind of frame drum you want to purchase. There are a lot of different drums out there, a lot of different prices, different sizes, different heads from different companies. Some are pre-tuned, some are tunable. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the different options. And first of all, I just want to say, congratulations for considering gifting yourself with a frame drum, because bringing an instrument, any kind of instrument, into your life is really a sacred act. And the frame drum in particular is going to become a lifelong friend. And one thing that helped me as I was considering, which drum to buy, once I realized how much I loved the instrument, it dawned on me that I was going to end up buying more than one drum. So I didn't need to put all this weight on which drum I'm going to buy, because I knew it wasn't going to be my only one. But if you're just starting out and you're trying to decide what to buy, here are some things to consider. Of course, price is always a consideration, and there's a wide range of costs for different types of frame drums. If you're just starting out and don't have a lot to spend, a good first option would be a Remo drum with a fiber skin head. This one is a 14-inch. I think it was like maybe 30 bucks, 30 or 40 bucks. You can get it overnight on Amazon. It has a notch cut out here for your thumb, and so this is a pretty inexpensive drum. Remo has some other drums that are fairly inexpensive. Here's another one with a skin deep head. This is a 16-inch. And I'm going to play these different drums, but I wanted to just show you the Remo drums first, because these are the most affordable. This is another Remo drum with a Renaissance head, and it also has a notch thumb cut out. Again, you can get these pretty quickly. They're all pre-tuned, which means that you're not able to change the pitch on these drums. That doesn't need to be a drawback. Again, it depends on what you're looking for. So this first drum, this is probably the most affordable. This has been in my car for a while, so it's kind of flat. So that's basically the sound of the fiber skin. This is another Remo drum. It's called, the head is called Skin Deep. Kind of looks like a snake. So it's nice and tight. It has kind of a bright ring to it. This is another Remo drum. This is with a Renaissance head. This is a nice bright sound as well. So those are the most affordable drums. So, price is a consideration. These are affordable because they're manufactured. The higher cost drums are handmade drums, and they take longer to make because they got to harvest the trees and put them together individually. So price, again, that's one consideration. Another consideration is, what size do you want to play? There are drums as small as 8 inches in diameter, and there are some frame drums, I've seen some as big as 24 inches in diameter. So the general rule is, the smaller the diameter, the higher the sound. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're thinking about which size you want to get. What sound do you gravitate towards? Do you like the higher pitched drums, or do you like, if you like the higher pitched drums, you want to buy a smaller diameter. If you like the low bass sounds, then you want to consider the larger diameter drums. And of course, the medium sized drums, like a 16-inch, will give you kind of that in-between option. So what sound you're going for is something to consider when you think about the size. The other thing to consider when you think about the size that you want to get is what style do you want to play in. The smaller drums are typically played in the upright style, like this. The medium-sized drums you can play either in the upright style or in the lap style, or even in the freehand style between your legs. The larger diameter drums are ones that you typically want to play in the freehand style. This is a 20-inch drum, and this is typically played in the freehand style between your legs. You can also play it lap style, but be careful if you think you're going to focus on playing in the lap style. You don't want to get a drum that's going to, hike your shoulder up like this. If you're a tall person with long arms, you could probably get by with playing an 18 or a 20-inch in the lap style. Otherwise, it's going to hurt your shoulder after a while. So, that's something else to consider when you think about what size do I want? Well, what style do I want to play in? And if you're brand new to frame drumming and you don't know what style you want to play in, and you want to, try all of them out, the upright, the lap style, or the freehand style, your best bet is to buy a medium-sized drum, like a 16-inch, because this is, it's easily played in the upright style or the lap style or the freehand style. So we talked about price, we've talked about the diameter of the drum. The other thing you want to consider when you're considering purchasing your first drum is the sound that you're going for. The head of the drum also determines the sound of the drum. So it's both the diameter and the drum head determines the sound. And to some extent, the wood that's used also, plays a part in the sound of the drum. So I'm going to show you some different heads, and I'm going to play the same rhythm on each of these drums just so that you can compare. So this is a Remo with a Renaissance head. And this is a 16-inch. This is a 16-inch Remo with a skin deep head. This is a 14-inch Remo with fiber skin head, and again, it's been in my car, so it's a little flat. This is a 12-inch Cooperman tar that can also be played as a bendir, but I have the strings off of it for now. And this is a Weather King Clear head by Remo, 12-inch. This is a really bright, tight, bright sounding head. I just got this drum and I love it. This is a Cooperman, and it has a thumb cutout instead of a notch. And I find this easier to hold the drums with the thumb cutouts. This is real wood. These are also handmade. Very, very, very high quality drums, and so they cost more. But the craftsmanship is just amazing. It's beautiful. These drums are really beautiful. This is also a Cooperman drum with an overlay, this beautiful vine overlay. And this is an ebony suede head by Remo Drum Company, but it's on a Cooperman drum. And this is, real wood, and it also has the thumb cutout. I think this is cherry wood. I'm not positive about that, but the ebony suede head gives a really warm sound when you play it. It's really beautiful. The Cooperman drums are also tunable, so they come with a tuning wrench and instructions on how to tune the drums. So these are more versatile also. You can tune these, to make it higher or lower, make the pitch higher or lower, but you can't, make it a 7-note stretch on any of these drums. You're just gonna want to buy more drums. This is a 16-inch Cooperman drum with an ebony suede head. This is tuned kind of low, but these ebony suede heads, it gives such a rich, warm sound. This is an 18-inch Cooperman with a Renaissance head. That sound just melts me, melts my heart. That's an 18-inch with Renaissance head. And here's another Cooperman drum. This is a 16-inch Marlitar. It's the signature drum of my teacher, Marla Lee. She actually has 3 signature drums through Cooperman. A 16-inch called the Marlitar, a 14-inch called the Green Goddess, and a 12-inch with a really deep shell. I think the depth of the shell is like 4 or 5 inches, and that's called a Purple Haze drum. But this is the Marlitar 16-inch with a Remo Renaissance head. And that one is out of tune. I should have tuned that before I played it. And this is a Cooperman 20-inch tar with a ebony suede head. And this, typically I play this in the freehand style or the lap style. Actually, the lap style hurts my shoulder because it's too big. But I'm just going to play it in the upright style so you can see it. You don't want to play it in this style for very long because it's kind of heavy. But here it is. I love the sound of that drum too. So have fun, making this decision. And again, it helped me a lot when I realized, I know I'm gonna end up buying more than one drum, and so it kind of freed me up, to make a decision. The first drum I bought when I actually started playing the frame drum, I did have this Remo fiber skin that I was just kind of messing around on. But when I really started, seriously playing the frame drum, the first drum I bought was this 16-inch Marla tar by Cooperman, because you can play it comfortably in the upright style, the lap style, and the freehand style. And then I could decide, which style I wanted to focus on, and then buy more drums. So, again, this is bringing an instrument into your life. It is really a sacred act. And so I wish you all the best in making your decision. And check out my other videos on YouTube. I'm Bobi Suter from The Dreaming Drum. Thanks for watching, and happy drumming.